Little did I realize the transformation, which started from my viewpoint in the early 1970s, where they were telling us that there's going to be a point in life that we're not going to need paper, everything's going to be digital, and we'll be able to access this information within seconds of things that we had documented that were years and years in the making. And we all laughed. The other thing they told us, there's going to be a pill that's going to come through that's going to give you all the nutrients that your body needs, and you won't have to really eat. Little did we know that was the future of the vitamin and the future of the digital marketing. That started a transformation that changed us. It took our personalities away. It took what we did as a given in life and changed it to a digital format, which brought on the AI generation that we're seeing today, where I personally seen a lot of the advertisement really got hyped up in the late 1990s. And it was like every time you turn the TV on, you would see commercials. Buy this product, you're going to be wonderful. Buy this, you're going to do this. And the radio, and it was push, push, push. We loved it in a way because we felt if we bought this product, we are going to be what they said we're going to be: better, bolder, more beautiful. I remember one commercial, High Karate. Buy this aftershave lotion, and the girls are going to chase you. And I laugh now. I laugh. How naive were we? But people believed it because it was the gullible age. And watching these commercials and watching everything unfold, I was very much into computers at that time. I was working for Fortune 500 companies, and well ahead, I was what they called the hot shot back then. If you want to know something in computers or you got a problem, talk to Angelo. He'll fix it for you. You know, he knows the stuff. And I did. And as technology progressed and as the cost of learning this stuff, which most of it I was self-taught, became more and more expensive, then young bucks were coming up and they were learning the technology. They were the hot shots, the new hot shots. Then I did a transformation into home renovations as I'm an architect, and it was a wonderful career, and I still love it. To take a home that somebody has and transform it was another great accomplishment in my life, which I'm very proud of. Then all these things are being changed today. Here comes that I'm coming to Greece now, and I want the values of yesteryear. I want the values of what my yaya, my papu, my grandmother, my grandfather lived, and they went through 1 and 2 world wars, and they seen things that we ourselves today are incapable of handling. I've got this told to me by my late grandmother. She used to tell me, my young boy, if the war comes, you, the new generation, are going to fall flat on your face on the street. And it's not a harsh reality, I'm telling you. It's you don't have the capabilities. You don't have the talents that I grew up with. And one time I bought a book and I go, oh, yeah, grandmother, I bought this book. And she looks at me and she goes, you got to be serious. You bought this book for what? It's useless. I go, no, you got to understand, Granny. What you grew up with and what you have as wisdom, I've lost. And that's the point that I seen in my life, that I never forgot this. I was missing something. I had great jobs. I had great business opportunities. I had the cars, the houses, whatever materialistic things you wanted to have, I had, and some. But what I found is I didn't have myself. I didn't have that zest in life. I was actually a robotic mummy, if that's a nice choice of words. I was following orders. And it was a task-oriented world. You do this task, okay, you're a doctor, you're going to do this task. You're a lawyer, you're going to do that task. You're a goldsmith, you're going to do this task. And we were task-oriented. Now that AI has come and taken those jobs, and they're not being replaced in any way or form, like the taxi driver, the truck driver, hard-working people that gave their lives so that we can have a better life or a better service from them. And now we're throwing them away like they're a piece of garbage, a throwaway commodity. Well, what's going to happen to these people? How are they going to create their livelihoods? How are they going to keep a materialistic world that we live in of buy, dispose of, buy, and dispose of? Look, the landfills, 3/4 of the stuff in there are usable things that we throw away because there's a newer model. And we've been brainwashed. But meanwhile, I looked at my grandparents living in Greece and living in other areas, Italy, and all around the world, and they had a better quality of life than I did. And they were not rich in any way, they were not material in any way, but they actually had a better quality of life. Looking at it, and I'm looking at myself like, what do you want? Do you want the material things and have no life, and as life passes you by and you age? Or do you want to enjoy life? Do you want to have less? And that transformation was rooted in me at a very young age. I seen it in me that all my friends that were Canadian were telling me, don't tell me you're Canadian. He goes, get that right out of your head. You are Greek, period. You're not Greek Canadian. Take the Canadian out of it. You are Greek. And I was. They would come to my home. It was philotimo. Come sit down to our table, eat. You're a part of my family. Things that I had seen others had lost. I was fortunate enough, my parents and my grandmother kept that alive in me, and I always wanted it. As these people moved on, they passed away and got older, I seen the lack of values that I was told that I should like, not what I really wanted. And this is the reason why I started Greeceunlimited. I want to give that wisdom. I want to give those lifestyles. I want to show you how I grew up. And the reason I'm back in Greece, sometimes I pinch myself. I'm thinking, are you really here? Like, I look around and I'm just in awe of the place. And I'm going to do a panoramic and you're going to see where I live. And take a note, maybe Greece may not be the place for you. Maybe it might be Italy. Maybe it might be Spain. Maybe it might be Brazil. Maybe it might be Mexico. Your heart knows what your mind doesn't want to say, because the heart is the golden key. The mind keeps you alive, but the heart is what gives you direction, what you want. I'll sweep and I'll give you an insight of all the things that I've experienced, and what I want to come through on this channel is, if you got a question, if you have a concern, if you have something that you want to ask it through the comments. And I'll try my best to answer it in the clearest format so that you too can understand why I chose the direction I did. And I'm not here to change anybody's mind. I'm just here to give the human side of what Greece is about, because that's where I live. I'm pinching myself. I can't believe that I'm here. I'll just do a panoramic a bit to give you an insight of what this place is all about. Unbelievable, unbelievable beauty. Greece, God's country.